How you doing? So yesterday I got a really good question based on the home workouts that I've been sending to you. I'm having neck strain when I do, bent over row movements and shoulder presses and overhead movements and things like that. Do you have any tips on how to reduce that neck pain? And as a matter of fact, I do. So I'm going to break down a few exercises for you and talk about a neutral head position. So one would be a one-arm dumbbell row. So hand and knee wide distance apart. You want a neutral neck here, so you're just kind of keeping that neck relaxed. A lot of people have a tendency to look up. I want to see where I'm going, I'm looking up. Don't worry, you're not going anywhere, so just try and keep that neck nice and neutral while you do that. Just think about relaxing it rather than straining there. Another one is, let's say you're doing your shoulder presses. I know the CrossFitters have a certain protocol for locking out and counting their reps, but try to keep that neck fairly neutral as opposed to getting that anterior head tilt there. So just fairly neutral there, like so. The other thing too is, if you're finding doing two arms at one time stressing your neck more so than one arm at a time, just do one arm at a time. So that two-arm bent over row can cause a little bit more neck strain, but a lot of people who get that neck strain find, okay, we'll go back to the bench here. Even if our program says two arms, we're going to do one arm right there. We take a lot of the strain off the neck. The same goes for the shoulder press. You can press here, get a lot of neck strain, but if you just go one dumbbell at a time, right here, you find you get a lot less strain. So that is a strategy in itself. Another one is trying to loosen up the traps and the pecs. So one of my favorite chest stretches, I'll show you over here, is a door frame chest stretch. So you're right here. Find a 90-degree arm angle and just go a little bit above, maybe 100 to 110 degrees. You're going to step away from that door, lean away from that door frame or that wall, and trying to feel the stretch there. There's a connection, a physical connection between your pec minor and your upper traps. So if you can get these guys to loosen up, you can also get these upper traps to loosen up. Another one is to do some rolling on the upper traps. So if you have a lacrosse ball, you can use this, or a tennis ball will work, but only if you're really tight. So you can put that between your shoulder blade and the wall and just lean there and then try and do some stretching. You can reach that arm out in and around the shoulder blade and up into the upper traps, which are right here. So a few tips for you there. Neutral neck position, just try and prevent your neck from excessively arching. The other one is, if you're finding two arms really challenging, try switching to one arm. That should place less mobility restrictions on you. And the other one is doing the chest stretch there with the lacrosse ball rolling. So I hope that helps. Cheers.